I'm Shoshana Littman, and I'd like to share a story with you today that I tell at this time of year. It's called Micah's Fig Tree, and I tell it about now because we're just about to celebrate the Jewish New Year of the Trees, Tu BeShvat, always celebrated on the 15th day of the Hebrew month of Shvat, which this year falls on the 28th of January, 2021. And I found this story in a book called A Person is Like a Tree, a Sourcebook for Tu BeShvat by Yitzhak Buxbaum. May his memory be for a blessing. Yitzhak is my teacher, and he died December 23rd of 2020. So this is in honor of the elevation of his great soul. Now, Micah was a prophet. He was a visionary. He imagined and he prayed for a world at peace. And even though he realized that he probably couldn't make peace in the whole world for all people, he decided that he would create peace with the people that he met every day. It is possible to do that. And so he decided he would build a house modeled after the great temple in Jerusalem. And this would be a place where there would be no hate and no war, where there would be joy and love for all people. But he didn't want to make his house out of wood, because then trees would have to die in the building of it. So he decided to make it out of stones that he dug out of the earth by hand. And he didn't want to use metal to chisel those stones, because metal can be used for making weapons for war, so that wouldn't be peaceful at all. So he dug those stones out with his hands, and he made a beautiful house, and outside the house he planted a fig tree. And when it grew tall, it would create shade, and he put a table under there where he'd welcome people to come and eat in the shade of that fig tree, and he would feed them figs and other delicious food. Now, he couldn't feed them meat because he didn't want animals to die. He was a vegan. But he took his veganism farther than most. So if he saw a wagon going through the city with chickens and other birds on it in cages, he would just buy all the cages, he'd open them up and set the birds free, and they would run all around Jerusalem. Quite a sight to see. Now, word spread about Micah's generosity, and a prophet came to check on him, but he hid his identity. Micah didn't know this guy was a prophet, but he fed him and welcomed him just like he did everyone. And after a few days, it came time for the prophet to leave, and so he tried to pay Micah for his hospitality, even though everyone knew that Micah would not accept any payment for his generosity. But Micah didn't want to make a big deal out of this, so he accepted the money. And then as the prophet was leaving, he slipped that money into the prophet's pocket, just like he did with everyone. But a prophet, can see from here in this world to the next. He's going to know what's happening in his pocket. So he said, Micah, in heaven, we are all so impressed with you. It's been decided that your dream will come true when a child of yours eats a fig from this tree. Moshiach will come, the Messianic age, and the whole world will be at peace. Now, Micah was so excited. He was childless, so it meant he would have children. He and his wife didn't yet, but now they would, according to this prophet. And it meant his dream would come true of peace for the entire world, for all people. Unfortunately, the next day, the Romans invaded Jerusalem. They destroyed the temple, they destroyed Micah's home, but they did not destroy Micah's dream. Micah took that dream with him into exile with all the other Jews. Now, the fig tree, continued to produce figs, but it longed for a child of Micah's to eat one of its figs. But a fig tree just can't pick up its roots and go walking, right? But a fig tree, its seeds has has seeds, and those seeds can be carried on the wings of the wind. Birds can eat the seeds and carry them with them. So that's what happened. Those seeds follow the Jews wherever we've gone. So wherever Jews live in our exile, could be anywhere, as long as the geography and the climate are amenable, we'll have fig trees. We have a fig tree right outside this house. And at this time of year, on Tu BeShvat, observant Jews will feed figs to their children, because maybe, just maybe, that fig is from a seed of a seed of a seed of Micah's fig tree. And maybe, just maybe, that child is a grandchild of a grandchild of a grandchild of Micah. And when that child eats that fig, Moshiach will come and the world will be at peace. Now, I told this story at a girls' religious school. It's called Beit Yaakov, a yeshiva for young women in Brooklyn, New York, when I was studying with Yitzhak, who used to live in Brooklyn. And the teacher listened to the story and she said, "Oh, isn't that sweet? But girls, it's Moshiach is not just going to come because some kid eats a fig. That might bring it on, but it's up to each one of us to do mitzvahs, to do commandments, to do good deeds, because who knows, that one deed could bring on a time of peace for all people, which, oy gewalt, do we need now. So may that time come soon and in our day. And if you want that to happen, you could say Amen. Amen.